Hello and welcome to another Purveyor of Light Photoshop Quick Tip. Today we've got a little bit of a controversial one. We're going to peek into my brain here and see how it actually functions and why I do what I do to my images. One of the most argued points between photographers is, editing the photo after the fact. Some photographers live by the motto, you get it right in camera, period. You don't even crop, and that's fine for those photographers that want to live by that creed. I'm not one of those photographers, okay? I want my pictures to look the very best that I can make them look. It's just a personal preference, okay? In my world, there is no right or wrong, okay? I'm not sitting here, I'm not a newspaper reporter, documenting the scene of, and so forth. I'm here as an artist. Okay? So, let's jump in here. I'm going to go ahead and make a new layer. And I got a blank layer, and this is so I can give you guys an idea of what I'm looking at. Okay. Because this is done with a wide-angle lens, it pushed everything back, and that's the nature of a wide-angle lens. It's a necessary thing to do because to get 3 large jumbo jets and the formation into the frame, had to use a wide-angle lens. Now, even though I was on a ladder when the photo was taken, it just couldn't overcome the fact that the wide-angle lens is pushing things back and making them small. All right, so that's one thing I'm going to deal with. This formation, I'm not happy with. The wide-angle lens made everybody so small, you really can't see anybody. And they're just not in the frame the way I want them to be. Here on the tarmac, on the lower left, okay, I'm this here. I don't like this marking on the tarmac, so I'm going to get rid of that. I don't like anything that's a distraction for taking away from the photograph. Couple dark spots here, so I'm going to mark those up. Then this discoloration here on the tarmac, I'm going to remove as well. And then the last thing I'll do, of course, is the formation. Okay, I'm going to do a little aspect ratio and adjust their aspect ratio so that they're more prominent in the frame like I had envisioned. Okay, but I was limited by the camera, what could be done. All right, so that's what we're going to do. That's my game plan. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this layer away, and now we're actually going to get to work. All right, so first thing is I'm going to make a duplicate of this background layer just in case anything goes wrong. Command and Control J, and I'm going to turn that bottom layer off. That's just for safety purposes, right? Non-destructive. If anything goes wrong, I always have the original to go back to. All right. So next thing is I want to get rid of this tarmac here stuff. So I am going to use a polygon. It's a good tool for this. And I'm going to draw out a polygon around this lower left corner. Okay, so now I have a selection there. And I want to remove it. So I'm going to go ahead and give Adobe a chance here and see if they can do their content-aware fill. So I'm going to select it and look at that. Perfect. A flawless patching job. So I'm going to hit OK. I mean, Adobe's making my life easy. So now that I have that corner, I'm going to hit Command and Control D to deselect. And now I'm going to select these 2 layers, and I'm going to merge those layers. So we're flattening the image, in other words. All right. So next thing is, okay, we need to do some healing on that tarmac too. So let's see how we do. We'll draw out the healing brush, and we will and that looked pretty good. All right, so Adobe's making my life really easy today. All right, so I'm going to switch back to the polygon tool again, and I'm going to very carefully now take this discoloration on the tarmac. I'm going to try to do it all in one shot. We'll see. And we'll just carefully go around. Okay, so now we have that selected. And I'm going to hit, let's do the edit content aware fill again. Let's see if we get lucky again. And that looks really good. A little bit on the seam here, but I don't really care about that. It's perfect. So hit OK. Command or Control D to deselect. And that's looking much better on the eye. Okay. So that is very good. I'm going to go ahead and accept things here. Select both layers and right click, and I'm going to merge those layers. Okay, so now I have cleaned up the tarmac to my satisfaction. I need to turn around and get the people and make a selection around them. So let's do that. So on that layer, I'm going to, I think I could use the rectangular selection this time. And I'm just going to come around and do a rectangular selection. Make sure that I am not chopping. I think I might be chopping. Like that. I didn't want to chop that guy off. All right. All right, so that looks pretty good. So I had that selection around the formation. And just one quick look to make sure I'm not chopping off anybody's head or limbs. That's good there. So now with that selection, I'm going to hit Command or Control J. And that makes a new layer and copies that selection onto that new layer for me. So, okay, so now I have this on my own layer. So you see I have it on my own layer, just the formation. And that's exactly what I want. Now what I want to do is I want to reselect the formation again. Okay, so I'm going to, on this layer, I'm going to hit the Command or Control and click with the mouse, and that will reselect that selection. Now I'm going to turn that top layer off, and I'm going to switch to the background layer. And now with that selected, I'm going to resort back to Adobe's Content Aware Fill and let it do a little thinking. And look at that. It's removed the troops, done a nice job, and that looks fantastic. Command or Control D to deselect. Okay, so now I have a clear flight line, and I also now can bring back the visibility of the troops. See, it looks just like it was originally altogether. But this, on having it on its own layer, enables me to now work with the aspect ratio of the troops. And so now it's a simple matter of changing the aspect ratio that I wanted, but I couldn't get because of the wide angle lens. So I'm going to hit Command and Control T, and that's going to allow me to increase the resolution of the aspect ratio by just pulling a corner. And you can see how I'm bringing the troops more prominently into the frame. And when I'm happy, I hit Enter, and we've committed the changes. Now, you see how I have now changed the aspect ratio to overcome the defect of the wide angle lens. This is the photograph that I wanted. Okay, so I have a little bit more work to do. You'll notice that the tarmac is not blending in perfectly, but that's an easy fix. So on the troop layer, I'm going to hit a mask and put a mask on. So now I have a mask on that. That's going to enable me to blend in the areas that I want. So I'll make sure that I'm on black, and I want to take a paintbrush, and I want to turn around and reduce the flow, okay, so that I can blend it in. I don't want to do it 100% because then it'll be all hard edges. So make sure your brush is very soft, okay, and adequate size to do blending. So now on the mask, okay, painting in black, all right, I'm just going to do some blending. And I'm just going to blend, just like a little artistic, blending the tarmac together. Okay, take your time. Don't make sure you don't hit any of the troops. and just blend. Okay, and you'd be surprised how easy this is. Okay, and just blend. Blend your photo together. Okay, and of course you'll take a lot more time than I'm doing here today, because I'm here to just give you the concept. And if you were doing this for real for your own photo, you would take a lot more care. But there we go. Okay. So there we are. Now, to show you what this thing looks like, okay, if I show you the beginning, there's the beginning, okay, and there's the end result. We took away the distractions of the tarmac, okay. Now, if you look at them, you can see they are a distraction to the eye. And we removed all that. We brought the troop in, and we corrected for the wide-angle lens. And I think we have a much better photo. Okay? I hope you agree. There's the before, and there's the after. I think we have a winning photograph here. So, take this for what it's worth. Again, this is the way my mind works, and I like to make my art as pleasing to what I want, how I want to create the message that I'm trying to send, and this is how I do it, okay? I'm not opposed to editing a photo, all right? So I really haven't changed the message of the photo. I just improved what the camera couldn't do. All right? So, till next week, you guys take care.